Hello, my name is Latoya Toya and welcome back to my videos. Right now, I think I am finally on the way to making my TCP Horsey into a URA finalist. So here we are. She is number one to win, and of course she is in an awful position. She is in position 3, as you can see, but I'm just showing you that the symbols for the other contestants, they're not as good as you would imagine. So we're not really too far off the minimums here. So I think that this is a good run to do as a minimum. I do want you to bear in mind that my TCP Horsey is a 4-star. Not that that makes much of a difference. The only thing I have seen that really mattered was that her special is now a level 2, and that's about it. The stats have not really improved that much, and you would still need really good cards to make a difference. So we're starting here, as you can see on this race, just so that you can see the skills that I've gotten on her and how frequently she's using them. So she's gotten ahead here and started with the stamina to spare, which is a good start. So she is probably going to be in a good place right now. She's really far up front, and that is because there are no front runners, and she is a pace chaser, so she is the leading pace chaser. So she will be setting the pace for this race, and hopefully she will just stay out in front because she has enough speed to just lead. Of course, her special does allow for her to still use it even in first place, so hopefully everything will just go smoothly, and then we will take it from there and just hopefully finally win the URA, because these minimums are killing me. I really do need to summon for some cards, pull for some cards, because I am really struggling to keep up with everyone else. I'm sure everybody else is probably getting A's right now, and I'm still struggling to get B's, and that is really because I concentrated on getting characters instead of concentrated on getting cards, and I would like to say I regret it, but I don't. I don't regret it. The new cards that are coming out and they look really good, and the new characters that are coming out are just repeats of these characters, so that's perfectly fine. They will just have slightly different specials, so I won't really be going after them. I'm happy with what I have, so card improvements. That's what I'm going to try to get. And she does go with the flow, which means that she will be setting the pace here. And as you can see, using the go with the flow, she has gone ahead and gone way out front here. This is the optimal line, and she has taken it, and that's beautiful. That means there's no holding her back, and like I said, there is her special, level 2 now, and we are off down the track. And that is a line, that is a line, that is a pace for complete domination here. And she crosses the line with no one else in sight. Absolutely beautiful. That is more than a minimum, I guess. So we will go ahead and I will show you where we're working, where we're heading, what we're doing. And that, of course, was a 10-on show in spring. This is the best point to go for the minimums, because this is where you need to place first for the next 3 races. So all of these 3 races you need to place first in order to pass and head to the URA, and that is why I'm starting here. Before, it's okay if you're a bit under, because it doesn't matter, you will pass, but for this one, as you can see, and the next 2, you really want to come first, even though it says second. If you're coming second here, you will not have enough skill points, so you really do want to be coming first here. And as I'm quickly going through this, I will explain the reason why she came across so fast. And that is because her speed is over 500, whereas it should be her stamina that is over 500, because for the final race, you do need at least 500 stamina if you do not have any recoveries. So what I would need to do here is to go ahead and get her stamina to over 500, but I would also need to get her wit to 400 in order to be able to manage that. So we will go ahead here and we will try to get her to her 400 wit before the final battle. That's the stats we're looking with. We have one turn here, so yeah, we are going to be cutting it really fine. I would really love to go for this, I really would, just in case it is a good stat, but obviously we're going into the summer vacation right after this, so of course the best plan is to get more energy. This is a quick scroll through so you can see the skills that I got offered and the ones that I've taken. Obviously, if I have to stop and say everything here, it'll take a long time, but this one is a really good skill as I'm pointing it out here to you. And of course, this is the one I would really want to be going for, so I'm just gonna scroll up and just check if there is anything else here. The Nimble Navigator is probably the best choice. Even though I already have Go with the Flow, it will just be extra security here in case I get really stuck. I think that would be the best option at this point, because I just don't want to lose because I get stuck in traffic. Oh, but no. I just noticed that I don't have Homeward Haste here. I don't have that skill this time. I have not even been offered it. So it is best to go like this and then collect another ending skill, or else on the homeward straight I will be passed by others with 2 or more skills on their final push. So we will go into this medium and afterwards we will use another ending skill, and everything is still fine here. We've got a tight circle and 2 loose circles, so we should be okay for what this throws at us. And let's see. Okay, position 13. That isn't bad. So we should... Oh, a late start is not good. But she did go ahead and use the stamina to spare. So we should see, yes, a quick catch up. That's okay. So we're back in a good position. And as long as she stays above 6, everything should be fine here. Oh no, she's slipping. I wonder, yes, oh, she's on the outside, perfect. There was nothing wrong here then. She was probably a little bit trapped, but as long as she stays on the outside, everything should be okay. I just don't want her moving towards the railing, because you never want them towards the railing as a pace chaser. Maybe as a late surger that will come out, but never as a pace chaser near the railing at all. So she's on the outside and she's coming up the hill. She should be fine here. Yes, this is okay. She has gone ahead and she's used preferred position, which should mean that she's going to come out even further, and as long as no one gets in her way, everything should be fine with the Go with the Flow. Perfect. No problems now. But this is why you see, this is why I need another ending skill, because others will have Homeward Haste and another skill here, and now there is nothing else I can pop here. I just have to hope that her speed is enough, and here comes everyone, and everyone has their own skill, and yeah, We just have to hope and pray. Maybe, no, Meijio's just a little. And that is why we do need another ending skill, because we had all the time there to pop another ending skill, but we did not have one to pop, and that is what I'm worried about going into the URA. It's fine, we are second, and we only needed to be second for this, but moving forward we will need to be first, and we've missed out on vital skill points because of that. But it's a good thing I caught it, because then we would have been even more on a back foot, because we do need to be able to pop another skill on that home stretch, and without having homeward haste we will need to borrow the skill of another player for that. So, and of course there's nobody on the skills. There's never anyone on the skills in my game. It's awful. I don't like it. Please, please, please come onto stamina. Of course, we're going to go here. We do need them to be on stamina though. We do need them to be on stamina, but of course they're all on wit for no reason. Oh my gosh. This is so unbelievable. Can somebody please come over to stamina or speed? We will take the speed, but we do need the stamina. I don't know if I'm going to be able to clear this without the extra stamina. I'm banking now that the fact that I have the recoveries will help me. But again, nobody's here. Nobody's on the skills to help me. So typical, so typical. And yes, of course, there'll be two when I cannot take it. Yeah. And of course she doesn't rest, because why would she rest? Because yeah, she doesn't have any reason to actually have a rest. You know, she doesn't have racing to do. And of course, none of them are here now that I can actually do it. Oh my gosh, this game really dislikes me. So I've gone ahead and I've got her wit over 400, and her stamina is actually at 450. So with shooting star that should be okay. Normally you would want it at 500 to be sure, but I think 450 is just about enough for the game to say you've got enough stamina. And yes, so we're gonna go in with this, and hopefully it will show us some circles and we will be in the clear. Okay, that is perfect. We are number one to win, but of course that doesn't mean we're gonna win. We just have better stats than the other players. So we're just gonna have to go ahead and hope here that she pops all of her skills. She's almost fully on the outside. She's only 3 in. Of course, this late start. Yes, she's 3 in from the outside. It should be fine. It should be okay. If she uses all of her skills correctly, nobody should be able to win here apart from her. So we'll just see how it plays out. And here she goes with another recovery, perfect timing. So yes, she is using her skills correctly, and I can see that she's moving further out, even though I can also see Top Gun is moving out to be in her way. And I have found that with Top Gun, she is always the one who's good at blocking other players. So here we go with preferred position. So again, all of this is just good for sustain, just not using up all of your energy, all of your strength. So let us just hope that Top Gun moves a bit out of the way so that we can pass here, and we should be okay. Yes, go with the flow and shooting star. We are golden here. We are golden.
メジロマックイーンここで上がってきたぞ一気に上がってくるメジロマックイーン2番手争いはメジロマックイーンテイエモオペラを200を通過メジロマックイーンここで抜け出したメジロマックイーン足色は衰えないメジロマックイーンリードは1馬身
And like I said, that is why you need 2 skills or more on the homeward straight. If I had homeward straight as well, it would have been even better, but we don't have that. So having at least 2 skills towards the home is preferable if you don't want to be caught out, because the other players do have an extra skill here, and you also need an extra skill in order to be able to keep up or even to be able to pass them. And so all goals are completed, and now all we have to do is get ready for the URA. We have 5 days here, and in these 5 days I'm just going to try to get her speed up as much as possible, and that's about it. I'm just going to make sure that, of course, she is properly going to take this time now to get sick. And oh my gosh, this game really hates me. Yes, the time that we should have spent to get her speed to A is spent in the infirmary, of course, and now we don't have enough time to get the extra skill points that I wanted to get. But hey, nobody's here on speed again. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So we are not getting an S. So yeah, okay, well done, Jejiro McQueen. You chose the absolute perfect time to get, sick. And let's just see what skills we can take here. I'm thinking that I'm going to look at the focus, because we are so going to get a late start, aren't we? Yes. So definitely the focus, and let us go. She is not great anymore, but I cannot afford to make her great right now. And as you can see, we are a bit short. We do not have that 500 stamina, but we should still be able to make it here. We do have enough sustain for the URA, but you would want at least 500 going in here if you don't have any sustain. So that is to be kept in mind. And hopefully your Jejiro McQueen will not decide that she no longer wants to sleep the night before the finals. And I get that a lot with my characters. If I tell them to rest in that space, they will always get night owl. And I guess that's just the fright of the URA. They just do that. I guess it's programmed that way. So yes, try to go into this already maxed, and yeah, because these matches don't actually take down your energy. The URA matches don't actually take down your stamina, your energy level, so you can go in with this max, and then you can just tweak upwards, and hopefully your character will not get night owl or refuse to sleep at the critical moments to get the extra speed that you need. This is not a problem. We will win this just fine. She is using all of her skills correctly, and yeah, we're okay. We're using shooting star as well, so yeah, no problems. And this is the thing I like about Go With The Flow, because Go With The Flow always puts you in a good position, and that is the straightest line to success. So even if there is nobody to go around, it still puts you in the best position to go to the to the goal. So don't worry about it. It will always give you that extra oomph and send you straight to your goal. So I always love to go with the flow on different characters, not just on my pace chasers. I think it's a very good skill, and it always gives you the best beeline to the ending. And of course, now here we are. Now we have a choice to make. We can either go into training and we can risk this. Again, there is no one here, so no, I think that the best thing to do is to go out and to make her great, because there is no point of even doing this if there is nobody even here. So yes, I was hoping she would get back a little bit of energy, which she did, and we will go into the semi-finals. And now, as you can see here, she does have a dash, and that dash is literally because, like I said, I do not have that 500 stamina. You would want to preferably go ahead and get that 500 stamina and not be like me, but I am reliant on my recoveries and the fact that she's smart enough to use those recoveries. And yes, the minimum I do suggest is 500. That's the one that's going to keep you with those circles. So yes. And of course my device also chooses now to almost die, so perfect timing for everything. Yes, only 5% left. It'll be fine. We will have this finished by then, don't you worry. So here we go, 4th place. We're still doing really well here. And she has gone ahead and she's popped a recovery, which is amazing. That's good that she keeps doing that, because we really need those to keep on rocking in time, because she does not have enough stamina for the race. So as long as she uses her recoveries and her sustains, we should still be golden for this race here. So yes. セイウンスカイ彼女の客室には合っていますね。順位を振り返っていきます。現在1番手はセイウンスカイ、続いて桜爆心王、道馬審査、AM オペラ王、少し後ろからレジルマックイーン、1馬身離れて同点ジョーダン、そしてその外を回って大気シャトル、その後から7番外、12番、その後エアグルーヴ、内を回ります。4番、そして外目を突き出しては18番、外目をついて17番、内でシアマゾン、外で5番、そのうち並んで。And now here we go into the final straight. And yes, just coming around the corner, she had already used her skill, and here is the shooting star, and we should be perfect here. There shouldn't be any problem. If she had been too slow or out of stamina, she would not be in the lead coming around the corner, so that is how we know that she has enough stamina left for the final straight. And now here we are at the final training, and of course, nobody is on the speed. Of course they're not, because that is so typical. Everyone is max, but nobody is going to be on the speed, because I just don't have that luck. So we're going to go ahead here and we're going to collect one last skill, and I cannot believe they did not even bother to show up just for the last little bit of speed for me, because that would have been such a blessing, but of course not. They did not do that. And yes, there isn't much to choose from, is there? So I think it's going to have to be the Pace Chaser corner. And yes, let us now go ahead and finish this out. I have no doubt we will win. So yeah, I am still so upset about that. Why couldn't they not have just shown up just for that last little bit of speed? I'm never going to get a character to A at this rate. It is truly something else that I just cannot get the characters to line up on the skills that they're supposed to be on at any point in time. So here we go. We are down to a triangle, 2 dashes, and like I said, we would have had 2 triangles had I had 500 stamina, but I did not go ahead and get that. So let us just move forward and finish out the URA.
上空には灰色の空が広がる東京レース場。天気は何とか持ちこたえ、両馬場の発表です。
天気持ってくれるといいですね。
さあ、
And there goes the focus, which means that she right away had a slow start. So the focus was a good choice to get for the finals, because even if they don't get a late start, they can still get a slow start, and that just puts them behind the other pace chasers or the late surgers. And the pace chaser corner is making itself useful right away. That's perfect and amazing. We got a rush debuff. This is absolutely fine. This is absolutely perfect, in fact, because it will push us further forward and we still have our recovery. So as long as she goes and pops her recovery, that rush debuff is, as I always keep saying in my videos, actually a buff and not a hindrance. And there we go, preferred positioning. And if she gets her recovery, we should win this. We should be fine here. Okay, brilliant. And there goes her special. And as long as we get the go with the flow and the shooting star, we should just about clear this. So she has used all of her skills correctly. She has now popped the shooting star and her special, so we should be fine here. I am not too worried about anyone else being quicker than us. Even though we didn't get that extra speed, we are fine here. And oh no, she's a little bit velocity, but no, we should have it. That is beautiful, beautiful. Both Magios battling it out there. That is really, really cute. I love this. That is a really good way to end out her actual career, Magio versus Magio. And I really like that. I really like this match. That was a great ending. That was a great ending to her career. So, good job, Jejiro McQueen. And second place goes to Meiji Ryan. And despite being a favorite, we were the winners. And as you can see, Symbol Rodolfo was not even in the top 3. She got caught in traffic. And so, of course, which is typical, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to leave the ending of her story here. And then at the other side, I will meet for showing the stats and the skills and everything else.
ごきげんよう。ええ。そうですわね。申し訳ございません。もうそうですわね。ええ。
And okay, so the reason why this was really difficult was mostly because I just couldn't get the go with the flow to come out, and obviously I also couldn't get the prepare to pass because she is the character who normally gives my other pace chasers the prepare to pass. So that all made everything a little bit difficult. I do have, in fact, two cards to give go with the flow, and they just kept on not giving it, and she just kept getting stuck and getting stuck, and there is no point of that if you're going to be using them in your races afterwards, because they will just get stuck and you won't win your races anyway. So if you're building them for your races, you do want them to have to go with the flow. Obviously, it's time to make a choice here for my skill, and I will once again, after doing that, show you again. I'm going with the Triumph, and the reason why I'm going with the Triumphant Pulse is because in case she does get stuck, this is a slight breakout skill, so hopefully with the go with the flow she would still be able to break out of the pack if she needs to. And here we go, this should be a B, and it is, and it's obviously not a B plus. I do not have the qualities of the stamina and the speed to be up there because nobody goes on their skills, but the medium and the duty is amazing. I'm happy with this. I'm sorry I didn't get the URA finals buff or spark here, but this will do. This will do for now. Hopefully one day I will get lucky and it will offer me the friends on the right place. So as I was showing, I did not get the long at S, even though I did put in a long here with a 3-star, and I did not get the pace tracer at S, even though I did put in a pace tracer at S here, and that's just because those sparks did not come up for me. I also didn't get the helmet straight, and I also did not get the pace chaser straight, which is also not that good because they were not offered to me, so I couldn't collect them for the extra points, which is quite sad, and they would have been very useful. But here we go, these are the races and these are the cards that I used. Those final two cards that I was supposed to give go with the flow, they really made me wait there, and of course I did not get the other skills that I needed, but I tried really hard, and this card, please drop more of the skills. I need this card with the Top Gun. That's the one that gives the recoveries and the go with the flow. I really rely on that card to give me skills, and here's where I got my second, and here is where I got my other second. And yeah, you have to just try really hard when you don't have go with the flow, just to hope that they're on the outside and that they can do what they have to do. And going forward, I think I will add a third card for the go with the flow because it really is necessary. And yes, with my bad luck, this is my first B for Jejiro McQueen, despite her being my 4-star. So here again are the minimums and the stats that I used. And yeah, I really hope that you guys have better luck than me and that those cards drop the skills that you need at a better rate than it has been doing for me. Trust me, it is not a joke when I say I did 20 runs without seeing that go with the flow. It was awful. But I hope that you continue to play and enjoy Umamusume.